Okay. Uh, Good morning or good evening, folks. Here we are live from Louisiana and live from merry old England. Stuart Pickard, Genriel,
Oh! From Yorkshire.
Yorkshire, and I'm from Louisiana in America. I am in America. Uh, and we are looking at a beer from neither America nor England. We're looking at Birra Moretti. What size is your bottle, sir?
Mine is 660 ml or 60 Celsius.
I have 330 milliliters. I have a little baby bottle. Well, folks, we're 30 minutes late, but people do have to work, and Stuart had to work, so you understand. You have to work. You have to work. Well, anyway,
what's the ABV on your bottle? Just to see if it's the same.
4.6% alcohol by volume.
Oh, that's okay. Because some of the lagers that we've done together, the different ABVs across.
Yeah.
And it's good to see that they've not changed it for either side.
Yeah. How do you like the label? It's a pretty label, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. It almost reminds me of the time that you grew a mustache.
Oh, yeah. And someone said it looked like Hitler. But
they said that to me when I had a mustache. That's why I've grown a beard.
Here, sirens. I had a little. Hitler had a little square mustache, but my mustache went from side to side, like the man on the label. So anyway, I might grow it back. All right. Now,
the beer in Italy.
The beer.
I mean, we talked about Italian beers last week because we had the Peroni, Nastro.
Right.
I'm looking, trying to remember all the other Italian beers about it, and one is beer in Chusa from Sardinia.
Never had it.
I think they're from the same label, Heineken.
Oh, okay. I've had Italian craft beers, but not really too many of the mainline beers. There's a store in my region that gets a lot of European imports, and they bring in Italian beers, but they tend to be the gourmet, expensive beers. A little bit of information about Birra Moretti. It was introduced in 1859, so that is over 150 years ago. And the interesting thing is that when Birra Moretti was introduced, the town it was created in was not in Italy.
Was it not?
Now, someone might ask, how can you move a town? Well, the town did not move, but the border moved. Now, I'm going to go get a piece of bread, and I'll be right back, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that.
Notice. So anyway, while he's gone, I'm just going to show you one of my collectible glassware. The official Birra Moretti glass.
Yeah, that's a sharp glass.
Yeah.
I have simply a little. Do you know what this kind of glass is called?
Oh, taster glass.
Yeah, that's a shelf glass.
Yeah, I think my friend from sent one of those.
I have a bartender. I know a bartender, and I asked him. I said, what is this glass called? He says it's called a shelf glass. I said, okay. His name is Brett, by the way. Anyway, now the interesting thing is that if you get on the website, it talks about the history, and the town was called Udine, where the beer started. Udine.
Who?
Udine. 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 But In 1859, Udine was in the German Confederation. The borders of Germany used to be much larger than today. Luxembourg, Liechtenstein, Northern Italy, Austria, Prussia, well, not all of Prussia, just the Brandenburg part of Prussia and the Westphalia part, and all what we call Germany today was in, and Czechia, you know, the Czech Republic, Prague, that was all also inside of Germany in 1859. Now, the city of Udine had been owned by Venice. You know the city of Venice, the famous city in the sea.
Yes.
Venice used to have its own empire, but Napoleonic France, well, what eventually became Napoleonic France, they attacked Venice and took away all of their empire. So after the war, when Napoleon was defeated, and people in Europe know about Napoleon very well, Austria, the Habsburgs, took over the region called Venetia and Lombardy and made it part of Austria. So in 1859, this was under the control of Austria, and the town was not called Undine then, Udine, it was called Wieden. Wieden. Okay. In 1866, 7 years after the brewery was founded, Austria got caught up in a war with another German state. And while they were busy fighting, Italy jumped in and grabbed Lombardy and Venetia, and ever since then, Undine, which is what Wieden is in Italian, has been Italian. So there's your history lesson. And I know you found it exceptionally interesting. Or exceptionally boring. Now, I didn't get much of a head.
Well, it's dissipates pretty easily. It's not as fragrant as I remember it.
Let me blow my nose. I was eating some spicy food.
As everybody in Louisiana does.
Yes, well, many do, but many don't. My father can't stand hot food. All right, now, it's not super aromatic. I thought the Peroni had more of an aroma, frankly.
Yeah. This has got more like a bready.
Bready roasted barley malt, medium roasted, light to medium roasted barley malt, I suppose.
Yeah. Would you say it's a bit more malty than the Peroni?
A little bit. Not profoundly more, but relatively more malty.
It's more rounded on the palate, but the Peroni is more sharper and more...
Yeah.
Stylist.
Now, in 1996, Heineken International bought the Birra Moretti company, okay, in case people want to know that. Now, tell us about the flavor, sir.
I mean, it's more full-bodied than the Peroni we had. I mean, the Peroni, you could tell it had that quality to it and all that texture, whereas this is, it's as you can tell from the label, it's for your everyday man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
it's your palate. It cuts your entire palate. And I've just had 2 pizzas, and it certainly helping with that digest.
Yeah, and I was very impressed, and I have been for years. I was very impressed with the Birra Moretti website. They have extensive information about all the different Birra Moretti beers, because there's a lot of them, the ingredients, the alcohol by volume, the history of the company, and then there's a big section on food pairings. Did you notice that? Where they have wonderful recipes and how to prepare different foods with the beer.
Well, I've had the La Rosa, the Doppelbock, which is 7.2.
Oh. You know, La Rosa, I can get a hold of that, and I think we could examine that one day. That's a really fine Doppelbock, but it's a pretty heavy number, that one.
So look at the website.
A little rich. Now, I'm going to look at the website too while you're looking. There's two different ones. There's an international website, and then there's the Italian website, which is more extensive. Only problem is it's all in Italian. Now, there's different Birra Morettis. Here's one called Birra Moretti Baffo d'Oro. It says, Nata dalla grande tradizione birria italiana Baffo d'Oro è una birra premium, and it's 100% pure malt. Okay? Now, it says it's 4.8% alcohol, and it says Baffo d'Oro con il suo gusto rotondo e tipicamente di malto si accompagna con diversi piatti della cucina Italia, and that means it goes with diverse Italian cuisine and pasta rosta de pizza. Okay, so with pasta and all sorts of pizzas, I guess. Okay, so that's the Baffo d'Oro. Have you ever seen that one in a green bottle?
No, I've only ever seen the Rosso, and that was by pure chance we managed to find that, because normally we only see the normal Birra Moretti.
Yeah. Now here's some other ones.
I know Americans get a lot more variations of beer than the UK.
Yeah, but all we get in America, to my knowledge, is the Birra Moretti and the La Rosa, the red. That means the red.
Yeah.
There's a new one called Birra Moretti Radler.
Oh, yeah. That's just. I mean, Foster's do a Radler. Many larger companies do Radlers now.
I think. Have you seen the Amstel Radler?
No, we get Carlsberg, Carling. We also get I had the Beer and Chusa Radler, which was nice. But you can get different variations.
Yeah, we get Stiegel Radler. Now the Birra Moretti Radler is. Oh yeah, it must be the same beer, almost the same exact beer as the Amstel Radler, because it's 2% alcohol, which is virtually alcohol free. A baby could drink it and it probably wouldn't feel the effects. Now the La Rosa, which to me is really a gourmet type Birra Moretti, is like you said, 7.2.
Now this beer has corn in it.
Talking about the Birra Moretti? Corn. You mean maize?
Yes. Well, maize in the US of A. Corn in the UK. Do you think that's what is the reason why it's not as sharp and as elegant as the Peroni? Because of the corn.
But wait a minute, doesn't the Peroni also use corn? A special corn that's grown only for them?
I'm just trying to see if why there's one taste for one and one taste for the other. No, didn't they use wheat? They didn't use corn, they used wheat.
No, wait, I think the Peroni Nastro Zero uses water, of course, barley malt, corn, or as you say in England, maize, corn. We call it corn. Like I just ate some corn, right? And yeast. I don't recall any wheat. I don't recall wheat. Now the Birra Moretti, it says rice. It says a beer. This is in Italian, and I'm going to translate it. È una birra a bassa fermentazione. That means a bottom fermented beer. Quality di malt. Okay, quality malt. Utilizzata nella sua ricetta. Okay, utilizing some sort of rice. Okay.
Yeah, looking at ingredients now. Yeah, they've both got corn in it. Do you think it's just the way of brewing it is different?
Well, they're using rice, and the Peroni is using corn. I don't think it's that different. There is a slight variation in the flavor. I can't say which one I prefer more. What about you? I think I could enjoy both in different settings, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the Peroni last week, and I don't know if it's my flavour profile's changed, but I used to enjoy the Birra Moretti, but the majority of times I had Birra Moretti, it was with food.
So you're not enjoying it as much?
No, and I think if I had it with my pizzas, I'd probably appreciate it more.
Yeah. Well, you're under no obligation to enjoy it. I am enjoying it, but
I'm
obviously,
still enjoying it. I'm just not enjoying it as much.
yeah, I'm the first one to admit that I'm too easy to please. People will say, you're too easy to please, and I say, yeah, that's true. Now, have you ever heard of this Birra Moretti Grand Cru?
No.
It says right here, it came out in 2009 to celebrate the 150th anniversary. It says it's 6.8% alcohol. Oh, it is top fermented, re-fermented in the bottle, rifermentata in bottiglia. All right. Oh, wow. And then they talk about how it drinks. The gusto raffinato sviluppa in degustazione un aroma elevato grazie all'evito di rifermentazione.
So here's the English.
Yeah.
They basically took the Birra Moretti and brewed it in the Belgian strong ale style.
Wow. Pretty interesting. So they top.
So it's pretty cool.
Wouldn't you like to get a hold of that Grand Cru?
Yeah. I always like trying any beer at least once. I mean, a lot of people diss beer before they've actually tried it, and I'm sure, like you, we just try every beer at least once. Then we can give our opinion on that beer.
Yeah, and do you think this Birra Moretti is the kind of beer that people would automatically disparage or say bad things about because it's a mass-produced beer, and furthermore, it's owned by the infamous and universally hated Heineken International?
Well, end of the day, every brewery is out there to make money.
Correct.
And what better way to make money than a massive company helping you distribute your beer?
Correct.
I mean, a lot of people don't see it that way. They say, oh, that brewery's gone now. We can't have beer like it used to be. It's gone. It's dead. And, no, it's not. It's still there. I've got it in.
That's what we got 2 weeks ago from one of the commentators. He said, it's dead. It's dead. You're drinking a dead beer. Boddington's is dead, dead. And
yeah.
You said, well, we have become zombies and we're drinking.
Yeah.
The commentator appreciated that, but you know.
The thing is, all it is a small brewery becoming part of a bigger brewery, and now it helps the fact that Jay in Louisiana is drinking an Italian beer, me in the UK is drinking an Italian beer. I mean, Italy's only a small place compared to Louisiana.
Yeah, it's about the same size, but it's a country and we're just a state.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for people like Heineken, you wouldn't be able to drink it, I wouldn't be able to drink it.
Right. Now, here's one interesting fact. On the label, it says Total Beverage Solution of South Carolina. This is the import company. I need to check their website later and see, because I know they'll feature whatever Birra Moretti beers are available here, and it may be more than I think. Does your bottle show the importer on the front?
Mine just says Heineken Italia. Heineken Italia.
Yeah, this is not.
Well, I'm closer to Italy than you.
But here on the back it says brewed and bottled by Heineken Italia.
Yeah.
Via Sperano, Italy. Now, I'm going to look up Total Beverage Solution when I get off the air, and I want to see what exactly are all the Birra Morettis that we can get in America. Well, it says on the bottle a full-bodied lager. You agree with that statement that it's a
yes. Oh, I said that straight away on the first mouthfeel. It's just full of flavour and all that stuff.
Seems to get a little better as you let it warm.
Yeah. It's getting more quaffable.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to drink it too warm, though.
No. I felt chilled.
Yeah, it's too bad that I have this little baby bottle.
Has it gone already?
Yeah, I have about 1 ounce left.
What? It makes a change.
Does make nice lacing.
Yeah. It makes a change. I mean, normally I have the small American bottle, and you have the bomber.
Yeah.
So, but I got this from my local supermarket. It was £3, £4, £5 sterling, and basically I managed to get this and 2 other lagers. The Peroni, and I think the other one was Tiger.
I was very disturbed because when I was out there shopping, I said, oh, let me get a Tiger beer. No Tiger beer. I said, what's going on? Because used to be I would see it. So maybe it wasn't selling and they yanked it, because they're not going to leave it on the shelf if it's not selling. So I'm going to have to look around for Tiger beer. That's a very interesting beer. I have a friend that moved to Thailand, right?
Yeah.
He used to drink Tiger beer all the time, and then he said he stopped drinking it because he felt it was too heavy. And
I'm open to. Well, I didn't know if you could get it, so I think I'm going to do that. The Tiger with David Dowling.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But we've already got loads to review anyway, haven't we? Together.
Yes.
We've got Guinness, Murphy's, Grolsch.
I got the Grolsch, the Murphy's in the refrigerator. Yeah, Tiger beer. I don't know. When I see it, I'll buy it. But if y'all gonna do it together, go ahead. It'll be interesting, and I'll watch. Well, so next week we're gonna jump to your channel and do
Grolsch.
Ooh, I wish we could do it right now. Anyway, Grolsch.
But final thoughts and taste on the. Would I buy it again? I've bought it over and over and over again. Would I buy it again? Yes.
Obviously, I would buy it again, and I like the little hoppy flavor that's coming in the aftertaste. It's got a little bit of grassy hops, I've noticed.
Yeah, I've noticed that as it warms up, you're getting more little bit of grassiness, a slight bit of hop.
I think this is better than most American-style lagers. Now, it's probably made with a little higher quality. But I will have to pay a lot more for this than a Budweiser or a Coors or a Pabst or a Miller. But
because the export.
And, of course, maybe they're using a little bit better ingredients as well. I always have been favorable towards European lagers over American lagers. I do like American lagers. That's pretty obvious by anybody who's watched my channel. But given the choice, I would usually prefer a Grolsch or a Birra Moretti or a Peroni.
Well, it's been a long time since I've Grolsch, so I'm looking forward to it. Did you manage to get the flip top one?
Yes. I did buy the flip top. I had a choice. I could have bought the pop top, and I asked the friend that was with me at the store. I said, AJ, should I buy the pry-off cap or the flip top? He said, pay the extra little bit of change and get the flip cap. He said,
see that pop?
Yeah, he said, go for it. I said, okay. So it's a little bit bigger bottle. Anyway, do they sell Birra Moretti in cans over there? I've only seen it in bottles here.
I've always seen it in bottles. You can get small bottles like yours and big bottles like mine. But it's mostly available at restaurants, like pizza joints, pizza places.
Yeah, that makes sense. I will say this: it's a beautiful bottle.
Now, you're drinking it with your food. How is it pairing with your food?
Wonderfully, perfect. No complaints, really, no complaints. I really say this about Birra Moretti. If it has flaws, I'd like to know what they are. I really don't see any. I mean, maybe I could try real hard and nitpick it and say, oh, this is wrong. Oh, this is wrong. But I would just be making it up. I don't see anything wrong with it, personally.
For me, yeah, it's not. I don't really have any problems with it. It tastes nice and it's great for after work.
Same thing with the Peroni Nastro Zero last week. No problems with me. No issues with me. Now, I would be interested to see what other people say. Maybe people will bring up points that I had never thought of. But
they sometimes I would rather drink double imperial pale ale aged in whiskey bourbon. But then you think, wait, if you're drinking that with food, it'll kill the food, and whereas this works for food. Those special reward beers, I like to say, basically like after you've eaten beers, because if you drink it before, whereas this you could drink this before, during, and after your food.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, people will. There are people out there that will do that. They'll say, "Oh, you drank Birra Moretti? Well, I was drinking Stone Russian Imperial Stout, and it was a lot richer and full flavored."
Well, it's supposed to be.
What kind? Yeah. If you might meet someone that has climbed to the top of Mount Everest, and they could remark about how it was much colder and the air was thinner than another person who climbed to the top of a hill. But what would be the point? What's the point of bringing it up?
Yeah.
It's apparent that Mount Everest is higher than a hill.
Exactly.
And it's obvious that a Imperial Russian Stout is going to be stronger and heavier and more elaborate than a dinner lager.
Yeah, I mean that's what people have to understand. That's what we've been trying to say in all these lager videos. This is supposed to be a lager, not double imperial IPA, not a Russian imperial stout. It's a lager. A lager.
It's a lager. Lagers have their place, even though some people in the beer world, it seems to me, if they had their druthers, lagers would be banned and no longer exist, which to me is madness. But
yeah, because it's the one that everybody drinks, and they can't deny it. Everybody drinks them when it's hot, when it's they're eating and they want a beer to complement the food, and stuff like that. But I'm enjoying mine.
Me too. Thank you for joining me. It was very enjoyable. And next week we have, and you will not see this on my channel because it will be on the very well-known and world-renowned Genriel Trail channel, Stuart Picard, and we are doing Grosh. Thank you very much, folks.
You all come down to Louisiana.
Yes, and you take care. Bye. So long, folks.